Euaoi.
With every official flag design, there's a lot of proposed flag designs that come with it. I always found proposed flags to be an interesting thing because, despite the fact they were never officially used, it just makes you wonder what could have been. One country that had a lot of proposed flags was South Africa. Before adopting their current flag in 1994, the country went through decades of proposed flags, all with various designs. And I thought it would be interesting to bring those rejected flags back into the light, as I will be rating all 43 of them on a scale of 1 to 10. But before I start, this is all based on my opinion, and nothing I say should be taken as the truth. Without further ado, let's dive right into it. The first two proposed designs were from the 1910s and feature similar designs. The first one is a Union Jack canton on a white banner with a four-sided star in the lower left corner that's colored red, blue, yellow, and green, with a beam of those four colors shooting out diagonally into the upper right corner. The other is a similar design, just with a red banner and the colors of the star being red, green, cyan, and orange, shooting a beam of those respective colors. Also, the star is more centered in the red banner version. As for my opinion, I like the red banner version more, mainly because I don't like how the star in the white banner version isn't even entirely in the flag. I give the white banner version a 3 out of 10 and the red banner version a 5 out of 10. Fast forward a decade and the government of South Africa decides to open a competition up to the public for a new flag from 1925 to 1926. Ultimately, none of those designs ended up getting chosen, but the one that had a lot of public support was the Walker flag. And it features a horizontal tricolor of green, yellow, and blue with a red bar at the hoist. From the look of it, it's basically just the flag of Gabon, but with a red bar. But you know what? The Gabonese flag is a good flag, and the red bar is a nice added touch. 7 out of 10. The next flag from the commission is one that I'll call the boxes version, and features 4 boxes of blue, red, orange, and green in that order from biggest to smallest. Not gonna lie, this flag has a very trippy look that I just adore. You can even rotate the colors of the boxes to get a trippy animation out of it. This may be an unpopular opinion, but I love it. 10 out of 10. Up next is an orange cross design that features, well, an orange cross. More specifically, one done in the style of St. George's Cross on a green banner with a red and blue canton divided by a white diagonal line. The design in the upper left feels a little out of place, and I may have a little bias since orange and green are my two favorite colors, but I think the design in general looks very nice. 6 out of 10. The next flag design is one that looks like a merger of the American and Australian flags. The design features 9 stripes alternating between white and red with a blue bar at the hoist with a southern cross in the design. I don't get this design given that South Africa is a colony founded by the British and Dutch, so I don't know why there's American and Australian elements in this design. But you know what? I dig it. 8 out of 10. Up next is another Southern Cross variant, this time in a circle in the center on a half orange, half white banner. While the previous Southern Cross design looked like an American-Australian hybrid flag, this flag looks like if the Netherlands and Brazil had a baby. The previous one was better. 5 out of 10. The next one is basically the Union Jack with a red and white striped frame. Not a big fan of this frame. There really isn't much else to say. 4 out of 10. The next two designs are both flags that feature the modern Dutch flag, with orange and green being haphazardly slapped on there. The first one is the Dutch flag with a green banner on the left and an orange bar on the right on a white banner. The second one is just the Dutch flag with a half green and half orange bar at the hoist. I give the first design a 4 out of 10 and the second design a 5 out of 10. The next two flags are modifications of the orange Free State flag, with there being only 6 stripes instead of 7. The difference is one uses the Dutch flag and alternates between white and orange, while the other uses the Union Jack and alternates between orange and white. A Union Jack on the orange Free State flag just feels off, while the Dutch flag version is just the orange Free State flag. just with one less stripe. I give the Dutch flag variant an 8 out of 10 and the Union Jack variant a 4 out of 10. Up next is yet another double feature. This time these two designs feature both the Dutch flag and the Union Jack with orange and green. The first design features a Union Jack and the Dutch flag in the upper half with a green bar in the lower hoist and 3 stripes alternating between white and orange in the bottom half. The second design is almost like a horizontal tri-stripe, with the first stripe being green, the second stripe being the Union Jack and the Dutch flag, and the third stripe at the bottom being orange. The second one looks okay-ish, while the first one just looks like a disorganized mess. I give the first one a 2 out of 10, and the second one a 5 out of 10. The penultimate design from the 1925 to 1926 committee is a Union Jack at the canton on a green and orange checkered banner. While I do think checker patterns look nice on flags, the Union Jack on the canton does not mesh well with it at all. 4 out of 10. And last but definitely least from the 1925 to 1926 committee is this monstrosity that I don't even know how to describe. 1 out of 10. Fast forward a year and the country held yet another flag commission. The first design features 9 stripes alternating in color between green and yellow, with St. George's Cross as the canton. One thing about this flag that triggers my OCD is how the horizontal stripe on St. George's Cross doesn't match up with the stripes on the flag, but overall, not too shabby. 5 out of 10. The second flag from the 1927 Flag Commission appears to be a combination of the Prince's flag and the St. George's Cross flag, and I think it sticks the look very well. 9 out of 10. The third proposal features the St. George's flag with a white outline on a green banner. The flag itself looks like the UK flag if Scotland and Northern Ireland left the UK and it was just England and Wales, but I dig it. 8 out of 10. The next 3 committee proposals all feature a bunch of flags slapped onto them. The first one features 3 flags on a white banner in the center going from left to right, the flag of the South African Republic, the Union Jack, and the flag of the Orange Free State with a blue bar running down the center. The second one is similar to the first one, just with the left and right flags being the Dutch flags and an orange X in the background. The third design is a white banner with the Union Jack and Dutch flag next to each other at the top with 3 slim orange stripes below it, and a green stripe at the bottom. Guess we're going back to those jamming a bunch of flags on banner designs, aren't we? The first 2 designs both get a 6 out of 10, and the third design gets a 3 out of 10. The next 3 flags I'll be covering were all flags that made it to the finals of the 1927 committee, but ultimately lost to the design that was used from 1928 to 1994. The first 2 designs feature quadrants of the Union Jack in the upper left, the Orange Free State in the upper right, the South African Republic in the lower left, with the design in the lower right varying between the 2 designs. The first one features a blue box with a white silhouette of a springbok, while the second one features a blue box with the Southern Cross. The third design features the 4 designs from the Southern Cross version on a shield that's placed on the white stripe of the Prince's flag. One neat thing I noticed is that for both of the quadrants designs, it features St. George's Cross in the negative space, which is kind of neat. As for my opinion, I give both of the quadrant designs a 6 out of 10 and the shield design a 9 out of 10. Now heading into the 1960s, there was a new design proposal by then Prime Minister Dr. Hendrik Verwoerd that consisted of 3 vertical stripes of orange, white, and blue with a leaping springbok over a wreath of 6 proteas in the center, but was assassinated before he could even introduce it. Overall, this design is just meh, 5 out of 10. In 1992, the Natal Witness newspaper held a competition for a new flag design. The winning flag consisted of a design of 4 horizontal stripes of orange, white, black, and green, and features 4 cupped hands with various skin colors with a blue dove above it. The designs of the hands look like they were copied and pasted, just with different colors, but I do like the design of the blue jay, 7 out of 10. In October 1993, the Commission on National Symbols proposed 6 designs, which I'm just going to go through quickly. Proposal 1 does a good job at incorporating an African design on the colors of the South African Republic, 8 out of 10. Proposal 2 looks off, especially with the green spikes and how they're positioned, 4 out of 10. Proposal 3 is just the flag of Eritrea with a yellow border. 7 out of 10. Proposal 4 kind of bothers me how the yellow circle doesn't span the entire height of the flag or how the white stripe is thinner than the other two. 5 out of 10. Proposal 5 looks like two different designs meshed together haphazardly. 3 out of 10. Proposal 6 looks fine. That's all I can say. 7 out of 10. In November 1993, a group of professional graphic design studios proposed several designs which I'm also going to go through quickly. Proposal 1 has a really nice looking graphic of a sun. 8 out of 10. Proposal 2 has a zebra pattern at the hoist for some reason, but I dig it. 6 out of 10. Proposal 3. I wish the green and yellow were switched because white on yellow has a low contrast, but this is still a very nice design. 7 out of 10. Proposal 4 has a nice color reversal between the two halves, which I love. 9 out of 10. Proposal 5 is by far the weakest of the 6, but still not too bad. 5 out of 10. Proposal 6 looks like a flag for a non-profit organization rather than a country, but I still like the design. 7 out of 10. In February 1994, the Joint Technical Working Committee shortlisted 5 designs from the African National Congress for the new flag of South Africa. In the end, Proposal 4, which State Herald Frederick Brownell designed, was approved as the final choice for the new flag. Submission 3 also looks similar, just without the black triangle. As for the other proposals, Proposal 1 is simple in design, but it looks really nice. 9 out of 10. Proposal 2 has very little contrast between the blue and green. 3 out of 10. Proposal 5 is basically just the flag of Gabon, but with a progressively thinner yellow stripe. 5 out of 10. There is also a bonus proposal by the ANC and looks like the first proposal from the Committee of National Symbols and also gets an 8 out of 10. And just like that, I have rated all of South Africa's proposed flags. But enough about what I have to say. What did you think about those proposed flag designs? Which ones were your favorite and which ones were your least favorite? Which designs do you agree or disagree with me on? Feel free to leave your takes in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.